This time on the Reloop Brief, we're heading to Spain, where we're checking in on some of the latest developments and opportunities shaping the circular economy there. Miquel Roset is co-founder and director at Retorna, the environmental NGO doing advocacy work and campaigning for the introduction of deposit return systems for recycling and reuse of beverage containers in Spain and in the Global South via the Global DRS Platform. Later, we'll hear about the Conference of Experts happening in Madrid, but we'll start by finding out more about the work of Retorna so far.
We are living a dream, really, in Spain. We've been campaigning for over a decade, doing advocacy to get deposit return system introduced, because there is a huge amount of cans and bottles every day, more than 30 million cans and bottles and Tetra Paks, that they end up either littered or they end up in an incineration plant or in a landfill. The only solution proven worldwide is that we need to sell drinks, whether it's water, beer, juices, soft drinks. They have to be sold with a small deposit, so everyone can bring back those cans, bottles, and bricks to the shop, and then they can be reused or recycled. And this is going to happen in Spain soon, because there was a law approved in 2022. The law was entitling the industry to reach 70% separate collection of plastic bottles. They didn't fulfill in 2023. So last year in 2024, the government said, now you need to introduce a deposit return system in 2 years' time, which means that in 2026, there should be a deposit return system in place. A lot of things has to happen. We hope that this happens, but it's very challenging. It's very tight. We are trying to support that process, and we will see a deposit in place very soon in Spain.
At the time of recording, we've just heard that Portugal has announced a start date for their deposit system. That's going to be good news for Retorna.
I mean, Portugal is taking the lead in the Iberian Peninsula, and you will be able to buy a bottle of water and bring it back to any shop, so it's recycled or reused, which is simply amazing. It's the best way of making sure that bottle of water or any bottle of water is littered or it ends up in the wrong place. And this is to date, as you said, there were those news where they set up, the kickoff day of the system, which is going to be April next year, which is amazing. But the amount of traction that it was generating in Portugal and the amount of traction that it's going to generate from today on, it's amazing.
We mentioned at the start of the podcast, Retorna is involved in work in the Global South. Could you expand on that?
Yeah, Retorna is one of the co-founders of the Global DRS Platform, which is a platform of experts, organizations, consultants, NGOs, a lot of endorsers, supporters, that they see deposit return system for beverage containers, not only for beverage containers, but especially for beverage containers, as the solution to the not collected cans and bottles that every day the world is suffering, which is millions every day. So the solution is to sell everything with a deposit, so everyone can bring back those cans and bottles to the shop, and like this they are all collected and they are reused or recycled. To do that, we have a lot of endorsers from the Global North and especially from the Global South that we got together and we decided to launch this platform. And this platform is trying to connect and support any process with local leadership, but especially in the Global South. We support and we bring people together and we support any process where there is interest from a government, from companies, from NGOs, to get deposit introduced as one of the things that has to be done, that has to be part of a bigger agenda, of a wider solution. But one of the things that we need to do is introduce deposit return systems. So we're trying to support that, especially in the Global South.
And we're gearing up for the Conference of Experts. What can you tell us about that?
Well, this conference is going to be magic because it's organized by Retorna, by Reloop, by Zero Waste Europe, and as you can imagine, the amount of expertise and know-how that there is behind these three organizations getting together for an international DRS conference in Madrid is huge. And it has generated so much traction that we will have experts from all over Europe, true experts about deposit return systems, people that they have been system operators, that they are consultants, that they have been in positions, that they have been in the goods of the most big and unique deposit return systems in Europe. They will be in the same room, sharing their experience, sharing, proposing things, putting on the table what have been the difficulties, proposing things. I think it's going to be awesome. And the amount of interest that this conference has raised is amazing. I mean, we are getting, all of us in Retorna and Reloop in Zero Waste, a lot of people getting in touch with us saying, I will be there, I want to talk to you. I think it's magic that you're doing this. It's going to be extremely helpful. The industry will be there, NGOs will be there, government will be there, experts will be there, system operators will be there. It's going to be huge.
Miquel from Retorna. And if you want to find out more about the work, check out retorna.org. And remember, if you subscribe or follow, you'll automatically get details of the next episode of the Reloop Brief.